Welcome to The Movies, your gateway to the biggest trailers, epic blockbusters, and hidden gems from around the world. Stay tuned, hit subscribe, and step into the world of cinema like never before. The Mandalorian and Grogu scheduled May 22, 2026. This film picks up after the fall of the Galactic Empire, shifting the Star Wars timeline into a new era under the emerging New Republic. Din Djarin, the Mandalorian Pedro Pascal, is once again called into action, not just as a lone bounty hunter but now with Grogu Baby Yoda as his apprentice. Grogu is growing, learning, and taking more active roles in their missions. Zootopia releases November 26, 2025. Disney Animation returns to the mammal metropolis with Zootopia 2, directed by Jared Bush and Byron Howard. Iconic partners Judy Hopps, Jennifer Goodwin, and Nick Wilde Jason Bateman are called back when a mysterious reptile, Gary D. Snake, voiced by Kai Kwan, arrives in Zootopia and upends the city's fragile harmony. As they investigate, the duo must venture undercover into new, unexpected districts of Zootopia, including reptile-friendly zones and underground markets, places the city hasn't shown much of before. Along the way, their partnership, tested by past successes and growing differences, enters a Partners in Crisis program led by quirky animals like Dr. Fuzzby to help them repair trust. Chief of War 2025. This Apple TV Plus historical epic, created by and starring Jason Momoa, tells the story of the unification of the Hawaiian Islands in the late 18th century. Momoa plays Kaina, a powerful chief of Kauai who has traveled the world and returns home to find the islands torn apart by rival kingdoms and the growing presence of Western powers. At first, he joins King Kamehameha's campaign to unite the islands, but his loyalties soon shift as he struggles with questions of identity, tradition, and betrayal, rich with Hawaiian language, culture, and landscapes. Chief of War blends sweeping battle sequences with an intimate story about heritage, resistance, and the price of leadership. Superman 2025, directed and written by James Gunn. Superman 2025 is a reboot of the Superman film series and the first installment in the new DC Universe DCU. The film follows Clark Kent, a young Kryptonian sent to Earth as a baby, struggling to balance his human upbringing with his superhuman legacy. As he grows into the role of Superman, embodying truth, justice, and compassion, Clark faces new threats both at home and abroad. When the nation of Baravia invades its neighbor and unleashes a powerful metahuman called the Hammer of Baravia, Clark's resolve is tested. Meanwhile, the billionaire Lex Luthor and the mysterious engineer Angela speak a plot from the shadows, using deception, betrayal, and technological power to undermine Superman's mission. Mortal Kombat 2 2026. Following the 2021 reboot, Mortal Kombat 2 dives fully into the legendary tournament that decides Earthrealm's fate. As the 10th tournament looms, Shao Kahn's victory would mean complete domination of Earth, and humanity's last hope lies in its chosen fighters. The film introduces fan-favorite characters such as Johnny Cage, Kitana, and Shao Kahn himself, expanding the roster and the mythology of the franchise. Expect spectacular martial arts sequences, brutal fatalities faithful to the games, and mystical battles between gods and mortals. At its heart, however, the sequel is about unity, loyalty, and sacrifice. First champions must learn to fight not just as warriors but as a team. With higher stakes, darker tones, and larger-than-life visuals, Mortal Kombat 2 aims to cement itself as the ultimate fantasy martial arts spectacle. 2026 Primate is a psychological survival horror directed by Johannes Roberts that explores the terrifying breakdown of human control over nature. The film follows Lucy, a college student returning home to a tropical paradise where her family owns a luxurious house, and an adopted chimpanzee named Ben, once a sweet, affectionate pet. Ben becomes aggressive after being bitten by a wild animal. As night falls, Lucy and her friends find themselves trapped inside the house while Ben, now violently intelligent and unpredictably primal, hunts them one by one. Set against the lush beauty of an island estate, Primate turns paradise into a deadly cage. It's not just a creature feature, it's an unsettling commentary on humanity's arrogance, the illusion of control, and the consequences of treating wild animals as domestic toys. Game of Thrones and Night of the Seven Kingdoms 2026. Set about a century before the events of Game of Thrones, this HBO prequel series adapts George R. Martin's tales of Dunk and Egg. The story follows Sir Duncan the Tall Dunk, a kind-hearted hedge knight wandering Westeros, and his unlikely squire, a bald, mischievous boy named Egg, who secretly happens to be Prince Aegon Targaryen, the future king. Together they travel through a land still ruled by the Targaryens, long before dragons vanished from history. The series shifts away from massive wars and dynastic power struggles to focus on smaller, character-driven adventures, exploring ideals of honor, loyalty, and friendship within a morally gray world. The Running Man 2025. Edgar Wright's new adaptation of Stephen King's dystopian novel reimagines the running man for the modern age of social media, streaming, and reality TV. In a bleak near-future America, the desperate and impoverished can compete in a government-sanctioned game show where survival equals fortune and failure equals death. Hunted across city ruins by armored assassins known as stalkers, Richards becomes an unexpected symbol of rebellion. Wright infuses his trademark visual style and dark humor into a story that questions the ethics of entertainment, the addiction to spectacle, and the price of fame in a world where the line between reality and performance has completely vanished. Mercy 2026. In the sci-fi thriller Mercy, directed by Timur Bekmambetov, Chris Pratt stars as a detective in near-future Los Angeles accused of murdering his wife. In this society, the justice system is governed by artificial intelligence, and his fate will be decided not by humans but by the very AI system he helped create. Confined to a single interrogation room, he has just 90 minutes to convince the machine of his innocence before it reaches a 90% certainty of guilt that triggers an instant death sentence. Rebecca Ferguson voices the AI judge, whose cold logic hides traces of emotional complexity. Mercy unfolds in real time, creating an intense, claustrophobic atmosphere that blurs the line between human and machine reasoning. The Meg 3 2026. The third chapter in the giant shark saga takes audiences back into the terrifying depths of the ocean, where prehistoric predators lurk. After surviving 2 waves of megalodon attacks, humanity faces even greater dangers as new creatures emerge from the mysterious trenches. The Med 3 raises the stakes with larger-scale underwater battles, advanced technology designed to fight the monsters, and even more spectacular set pieces that push survival to the limit. While the franchise has always delivered popcorn entertainment, this installment promises to dive deeper into the mysteries of the ocean, exploring themes of human arrogance, nature's power, and the thrill of confronting the unknown, with bigger action, wilder creatures, and non-stop tension. The Meg 3 is set to be both a monster spectacle and an adrenaline-packed summer blockbuster. Subscribe and like please. Thank you for watching.